Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Chingero Kafo, otherwise known as Chi Chi, and I am back with another episode of Chi Chi's Comeback Corner. Now, it's been a little bit of a while, but the only reason why that is the case is because I've been trying to secure this one fight. I've been trying to get him on the show, you know what I'm saying? And today is finally the day. I finally got him, and he's here. He's going to talk to us, and it's so exciting because, if you're an EFC fan, you've witnessed the rise of this fighter. You've witnessed him going from strength to strength, and now he's here on Gigi's Comeback Corner. So, without further ado, let me welcome my guest for the day, the one and only EFC Bantamweight Champion, the Troublemaker, Faeez Jacobs.
Hello, everybody.
Faeez.
Hello, Chichi. Good to be here.
Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. How are you?
I'm doing exceptional. I'm doing exceptional. Training's going well, and I'm just ready to get on to the next.
Yeah. So now, like, let me just ask you, right? First of all, you won the title. You won the EFC Bantamweight Championship last month in September. And right now, like, how does it feel for you to be 7 years deep into your professional career and to now be a two-time Bantamweight champion?
Um, well, yes, something you have to acknowledge is that I lost this belt before, and that was a crazy journey to go from losing it to regaining it. And
Mm,
I'm happy it happened in that way because I unlocked so much more of myself the second time around, and had things unfolded any differently, I don't know if I'd be the complete fighter I am today, and I'm extremely happy about that. So I feel like champ is fitting. I feel like I've always been champion. I've approached the sport as a champion. I've taken the champion's route. I've done the difficult things. I fought whoever I needed to fight to prove that I'm the best.
yeah. You know, you made your debut at EFC 58 in 2017, and since then, you know, you've just shown yourself in a very different way. You've always just been that person who's able and willing to come back and fight and just do the most. So, like, what motivates you to actually keep going in the face of adversity, like you're saying, and maybe perhaps not being able to actually stay as active as you'd like to be? What motivates you to keep going?
I want this so bad. I want this so bad. I made myself a promise years ago, and I can't stay away from martial arts. I can't. Like I'll train, then coach, then come home, and I'd immediately start researching on things I'd like to add, and it consumes me all over the place. It consumes me mentally, it consumes me physically, it consumes my spirit. It's something I can't stop thinking about. And the more times goes on, the more obsessed I become with it. It's actually really crazy. When it came to celebrations, I just wanted to eat pads. Like that was one of the things I wanted to do. I wanted to eat pads, I wanted to spar, I wanted some grappling, and like just being in training, that's my happy place.
Yeah. And you know, you just mentioned something about, like, you know, training and coaching and doing all of that. Now we know that, like, in like recently you've added something new to your arsenal, which is the coaching aspect of it, out of your Troublemakers Gym. Can you tell us a little bit about how the gym came to be, and how, you know, how it's been just transitioning over to being also a coach on top of being a fighter?
Well, thank you for that question, first of all. Thank you for that acknowledgement. So the journey of becoming a coach actually started out with me. This is gonna be a good story. So I'm gonna just put this. I'm gonna paint this correctly. So I had lost my last fight in the UAE Warriors. At 66 kgs, I fought Gabriel Braga, and I decided that something in my training wasn't clicking the way I wanted it to click. Something wasn't right, and I needed to fix my camp. I needed to fix my training in order to level up to the athlete I knew I could be. So I went into the trenches. I started taking extreme accountability, and then somebody left to go to Thailand for a month for a holiday, a training holiday, and he asked me to look
Mm.
after his gym, and I said, absolutely, I'll do that. And I took care of the gym. I started coaching and obviously doing my own training around coaching, and I just something about sharing my passion, something about sharing my knowledge, something about being on the mat and being responsible for the disciplines, the values, the spirit behind the actions, the intention behind why you do what you do. If you see somebody eating the bag and they're eating the bag and they're punching it twice hard and then they're losing they're losing motivation. And then you come close and you say, listen, if you punch that bag with 80% power, um, you'll not only be able to punch it longer, but you'll start to understand how your punches work better. And you'll start to feel more comfortable throwing punch, and you'll decide when you're going to throw 100%, when you're going to throw 60, when you're going to throw 80. Breaking down things like that really increased my knowledge. And then so what ended up happening is the person I was looking after the gym for stayed in Thailand, and I started to basically buy the gym over, and then well, I became a gym owner. Interesting fact, and this is something I haven't really shared. Is
Yeah.
the time when I made my EFC return and fought Eduardo
Mm.
Barros, I had about a month to prepare for that fight. I coached 7 days a week for that whole month
Ooh,
and prepared for Eduardo.
that's crazy.
7 days a week for that for in that training camp
So you were running your own
before
camp and also training others at the
I was
same
running
time.
my own camp, and I was basically running the gym fully. That meant I was there 3 hours every evening, and 6 a.m. Tuesdays and Thursdays,
Yeah. Now,
besides
Faiz,
my
you
own
speak so
training.
passionately. You're speaking so passionately about this, and like I can't help but wonder, right? Because you're always so passionate when it comes to your fighting career and all of that. Do you feel as though coaching is perhaps an extension of your calling to the cage, perhaps an extension to you being a person who motivates others? You know?
So true, so true. I feel like there came a certain point in my life, like I was reflecting on this the other day, and I struggled a lot. I struggled a lot growing up. I struggled a lot with bullying. I struggled this extensive um, information that of the difficulties that I've experienced, and there came a point in my life where I wanted to be something different. I wanted to be confident. I wanted to be accepting of myself. I wanted to be strong. I wanted to feel powerful, and I went into layers and layers of research on how to do that, and I used myself as the trial dummy. So
Mm,
when I see people struggling with certain things, I just tend to help. I just tend to help. I just tend to motivate. I just tend to inspire. I just tend to remind people that like the life you want is like a couple, like it's just a mindset shift away. And the life that you want, if you were to just do the things that you dream about, you'd be living your dreams. And it's
mm.
literally that simple. And I know because I made a switch at a certain point. So for me, absolutely, it's important to inspire and to motivate. But I honestly believe that's been my calling probably since the age I was got into my first fight. Actually, getting into my first fight was my liberation because I was never the same person again.
Yeah. Now, Faiz, I know, like we said, you made your debut, your professional debut in 2017. And since then, you've been a mainstay in the EFC. You stepped away at some point and you did fight at UAE Warriors, but you've primarily been a mainstay in the EFC, specifically the Bantamweight division, right? But now we know that your story is going to be immortalized once more, right? It's been done before where, they've showcased it, but now it's going to be done once more where the EFC Journey episode 3 will be featuring you. Can you tell us about like how it felt for you to actually be recording that and walk the fans, I guess the fight fans, through your journey and just what we can maybe expect from that episode?
Well, firstly, I'm gonna say good luck to whoever is editing that. It's going to be the amount of content we captured. We worked like I was in Joburg, I was in Cape Town, and we filmed for 4 days, 4 days, three
Mm,
and a half days, 3.5 days. We filmed in my family's home. We filmed in various locations. Some days we were filming in 3 locations in a day. Um, and then I went up to Joburg and we filmed there for a whole nother day. And then I
mm,
also I did my I went to the I did like an appearance at the event that Terence fought, and there was some filming done there as well. And there's moments in time that I break down about my life, and I talk about growing up. I talk about my struggles. I talk about my triumphs, and there's literally poetic images that we've caught that contrast with what I'm talking about. And it is absolutely mind blowing. It is absolutely mind blowing. It shows me on a spiritual level. It shows some of the deep seated emotions that I had to go through. It shows my connection with my family. It shows um, where my hunger comes from. It is insane. It is insane. It's going to be one of the greatest watches. Maybe it's just because I'm gonna be watching myself, but it's I can't wait. I absolutely can't wait. I was actually a little bit I don't mind that it was because they wanted to release it the week of my fight
oh,
with Bembe, and
mm,
unfortunately that didn't happen because certain things came into the way of that. But I'm happy that they didn't because it was so much. It's so much. I didn't want to have to experience that in a fight week. I
mm,
wanna be free to enjoy it for what it is in that moment. Because
yeah.
it's a lot. It's a lot of things that is just even some memories that was locked away in the back just came to the forefront. It's going to be insane. It's going to be insane. You can see my warrior spirit. You can see where I'm at as a normal everyday human being. You can see who I am as a coach. You can see who I am as a partner. You can see my goals. There's so much. There's so much. It's I'm so excited.
I'm also very excited for that, and hopefully it will be released very soon. I know the Shadrach and Sua journey is actually going to be released this week, so hopefully then soon enough we'll get to hear something about the Faeez Jacobs EFC journey, and yeah, we'll definitely be seated for that. But you mentioned just now, how like you've trained with the likes of Terence Balelo. We saw you in the camp for Luke Michaels also. How does it feel for you to be actually exchanging knowledge with some of the top names right now in the EFC, and how do you guys lean on each other to better each other?
It's 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 really amazing because the culture of martial arts is stemmed a lot around um what your coaches can do for you. And coaches
Mm,
are amazing and they have a very important role. But there's something that comes out of you when you are individuals cross training. You provide each other with value, with insight, and there's intuitive things that you share on your journey. There's some moments in life that was part of your martial arts journey that you didn't know how to process, and sitting in the presence of somebody that has experienced that and having a conversation, just it just makes you so appreciative for the journey. It really, because there's awesome people in this game. There's amazing mentalities. The work ethic. To be around another champion is honestly, it's remarkable. It's really remarkable because champions are different people. It's and I don't want to say this and be in a cocky, arrogant way. I just mean that
Yeah.
to the extent that you're willing to go, there's few people that can understand. There's few people that can understand like why you would make the decisions you would make, why you would make the choices. I would choose to rather go for a run than go eat a fatty meal. You know what I mean? And there's other
Yeah.
people that can relate to that. And it's their first choice. It's almost an instinctive choice. They don't need to think. They don't need to consider. It's the way we've been bred. It's the way, and we love competition. We love competition, and we can get on the mat and like work with one another and ask for more. Like dude, you can smash me, bro. Like give me the worst. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
that increases your capacity for growth like you can't even imagine. There's things that you can unlock working in channels like that. Coaching has the important role, but also that kind of um networking, it's so good for the mentality, it's good for the warrior spirit, and it's good to know that even though you're doing something crazy, you're not the only crazy person on the planet.
Definitely, definitely. So 2024 has been undoubtedly like a great year for you, right? And it all started in May 2024 when you managed to avenge your loss against against Sylvester Chipfumbu. That fight was quite a dominant win for you. You know, it was a very dominant knockout victory for you. And can you just tell us about like how that win felt for you, as well as just how much you feel like it was significant to your career and how it immediately made people take notice if they hadn't already been on the Faeez Jacobs bandwagon already.
So it's strange because I had done a lot of things that I wasn't supposed to do. I wasn't like me beating Zulu Boy, Kazimulu Zulu was not supposed to happen.
Hmm.
I was a huge underdog. Me beating Tumisang Madiba was not supposed to happen. I just got choked out. I just got um fight before the one I got choked out. I got TKO'd from a grounded position, and I was automatically this. Oh, it's the end of his run now. This is his peak. He's not gonna go further than this. And the same thing happened when I lost the title fights, two title fights back to back. People was like, "That's it, that's it." People started talking to me like I was in retirement. Okay, so now that you've lost the belt, now what are you gonna do with your life? Like, I'm going to be a warrior. I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna. My destiny is to either die on the battlefield or die an old man. That's it. That's the way I'm gonna go about this. So there was a lot of doubt, and because of my time away from the EFC, a lot of South
Hmm.
Africans hadn't seen me compete for a while, and people forgot. People just forgot. People like there was. I have some genuine fans, and quite a bit of people recognize me on the street and in the shopping centers, and they were like, "Champ, where are you? Are you still fighting?" I'm like, "You just keep your eyes peeled because I'm about to pull off the greatest comeback you've ever seen." And it starts September 2023. The fight with Sylvester was absolutely the icing on the cake. It was a title fight in its own right. It was a title fight in
Yeah.
its own right. It would have been amazing if there was a belt on the line, and I actually think that he deserved to. to the pedestal of a title fight. He deserved
Mm.
the pedestal of a title fight. Unfortunately, it didn't happen like that. But everybody that knows knew the significance of it, and it was a big moment for me. It was really a big moment for me, and I wanted to do it a spectacular fashion. And you know the video of me training where I say I can't win by decision, I can't win by submission, I have to knock him out. I wasn't
Yeah.
talking about Vince Bimbo. I was talking about Sylvester Chipfumbu. So
Yeah.
that was taken out of context there. That was taken out of context. So it was a huge moment for me, and when I look back on my career, that will be one of my proudest moments, because that's the guy I lost the belt to, and I reclaimed my champion status in the right way. I went through the the toughest way to the top. I went through the guy that they said I couldn't go through.
Yeah. So now, like obviously, you and Sylvester Chifumbu are now one apiece, right? And this is one of those rivalries that probably is going to go down like in history, in EFC history, as like one of the most intense and one of the most passionate and one of the most driven and fueled rivalries. So do you like, are you trying to run it back maybe a third time? Could we see a trilogy fight between you guys at some point?
I don't I don't really mind either or. I'm keen for whatever. I just want to move to the UFC. That's my main that's my main objective. And if if moving to the UFC is gonna be slowed down in any way by thinking about trilogies, I'm I'm gonna move past that. But if the opportunity
Mm.
presents itself, I'd be keen for that. I'd be keen for that. But I'm not gonna try and stick around a whole lot longer to 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 do anything. I want to get to the UFC as fast as possible. As soon as I can start my UFC career, it's the better. If I can
Yeah.
if I can start in the UFC at 29, my likelihood of becoming a champion is still high. I don't want to get into the UFC when I'm 33 years old. The chances for me reaching the echelon of the sport, the biggest accomplishment, and having time to defend that belt. I mean, I want to take my place in greatness, and I'm willing to do
Yeah.
whatever it takes.
Okay. Okay, hopefully we will get to see you in the UFC soon, and if you do make it there, we will be definitely tuned in and sat and watching that. But so you've been known to write some very bold statements, maybe even like manifestations, I guess, on your chest and on your body
Yeah.
when you're coming out for the weigh-ins. And this is a question that I actually asked you at the pre-event press conference, where I was asking what message you were going to have. And even though you didn't tell us, it was quite a powerful message that you came out with at EFC 116 weigh-ins, and that message was dreams come true, right?
Yeah.
So can you tell us about like how that fueled you going into that, and how did it feel for you to then the next night actually have that come into reality and actually make that come true?
I mean, dreams come true.
Yeah.
So, like, when it comes to winning the championship, and also understanding, like, this is not an easy goal to accomplish. Like,
Mm.
I know it looks nice because I did it twice, but it's it's really a tough it's a tough task. This is the work of 7 years inside the EFC, and then
Mm.
I started competing at 18. So another, what, 4 years on top of that, chasing, and my goal was to be an MMA champion. So I chased I chased things that would improve me to become an MMA champion, and I wanted to be a knockout artist. So I chose kickboxing, I chose boxing, I did jiu-jitsu competitions in order to prepare myself to be ready for this. So me saying dreams come true is I want to give affirmation to the people that is out there that is working their butts off to accomplish what they want to accomplish for themselves, for their families, for the next generation. it's an important message because in my lifetime, I've told a lot of people about this dream. Since the time I was 16, I told all my friends in high school, and oh, okay, well, they didn't know better, but like a lot of them thought it was a big funny joke. Um, I remember hearing all their dreams. I remember hearing them say, "Oh no, I want to do this, I want to do that," and the amount of people that I see that didn't pursue that
Mm,
was it, it was shocking in the lead up of life. But now looking at it, I don't see people chasing dreams anymore. Like it's becoming uncool almost. And I'm here to make dreams cool again. Like you
yeah.
can be that superstar that you want to be. You can reach for that height that you want to reach for, and you can be the stuff of legends. Why not? You only have one human life. You're not gonna end out. You're not gonna come out of this alive. You only have one opportunity. Is there something that you can't get off your brain? There's something that you're thinking about day in, day out. If you spend all your time doing it, if you spend all your time researching it, if you somebody that wants to be, you know, a glorified fisherman, I don't know what fishermen do, but like if you're sitting at home watching fishing videos all the time, maybe it's time to get a fishing rod. Go get out there and go pursue what you want to pursue. Like live your life. There's a reason these images are coming to your mind. It's literally your communication. Your mind is your communication. Your mind and your heart is your communication with God. There's a reason he's telling you what he's telling you. Believe in
Yeah.
yourself. Have faith. Have faith.
Now, Faiz, I know there's so much to look forward to when it comes to you, right? There's the EFC journey that's coming up. There's a potential trilogy with Sylvester. There's, other potential fights in the bantamweight division. There's potentially you making it into the UFC and all of that. There's just so much. Right now, the world is at your feet. The world is your oyster, right? What's next for you? What do you want next? What is the next thing that's on your mind?
I want an opportunity to impress Dana. That's what I want. I don't care what it is. I don't care where it is. I don't care how much turnaround time you give me. I don't care. I just want an opportunity to fight in front of him. I want an opportunity to show him what I'm made of, and I'll do it for free. I'll do my UFC debut for free. I'll do the contender series. I'll do Ultimate Fighter, whatever it is. I'm willing to do it. All I need is an opportunity. So I'm going really vast with my research and my the chances I'm willing to take. I'm
Mm.
I'm I'm willing to risk it for the biscuit. I'm willing to put it all on the line. It doesn't matter to me the obstacle. I want to be successful. And I'm speaking very vaguely, but it doesn't mean I don't have plans. I'm
Mm.
speaking very loosely in what I'm saying, but they are actionable steps that I'm trying to take. I just can't put it into perspective until there's actually something I can make happen into fruition. But I'm actively researching how I'm gonna do this. And there are avenues that I can take. And there are avenues that I will take if given the opportunity.
And now, just to round everything up, right? Um, what is your message to fight fans, right? Like, what is your message to people? Why should they tune in and watch Faeez the Troublemaker Jacobs if they haven't already taken stock? Why is now the best time to jump on the Faeez Jacobs train? Why is it now the best time for them to invest in you and be a fan?
So if you could have watched Alex Pereira's career from the very beginning, and you could watch all the building blocks of the way he fought, if you could do that for the various champions in the UFC, your favorite champions that you love today, and you could see how they developed that kick when they started to figure out how to mix their game together, and you could see that journey unfold inevitably until they became champion. That's what you can look forward to me with me is you can watch this journey unfold in the most spectacular, miraculous ways. If you go watch one of my fights, if you go watch any one of my fights, and if you watch it in sequence, I never do the same thing. My fights it looks completely different every single time. I'm always bringing something new. I'm always researching something new. I'm I'm a professional gaming character, and if you watch the moves that I bring to the stage, it's always something. It's always something that you can take something away from. It's always something that you're gonna enjoy, and it's ferocious. And I'm coming with the intent to finish guys. I'm coming to put together. Who would have thought that the knockout guy that was gonna pull off a triangle? Who would have thought that I was gonna jump through the air and fly and kick somebody in the face? Who would have thought that I was gonna rear naked choke somebody? Who would have thought that I mean, out of the many different finishes that I've had, how I would have set it up. So I'm pursuing finishes in this career, and you can look forward to seeing some epic mixed martial arts. Flying knee
Amazing.
still somewhere on the top there, still coming.
um,
As an Anderson
that's
Silva
amazing.
fan, I have to knee somebody unconscious.
Well, we hopefully we'll get to see that very soon. Hopefully it might be within the UFC. Because you've been calling for that UFC shot for a while, and at this point, with the year that you've had, it's probably about time that we see you
Um,
make
I mean,
make your way into
they
the
are
octagon.
talking about potentially bringing the UFC to Cape Town. They are talking about a 30 million rand roof that they're trying to put on
Mm,
our stadium to host the event there. I mean, I'm ready. Whenever, whoever, whatever. Dana, I've written your name on my chest already. Like, I'm saying it in my sleep. Let's go.
that's amazing. Faiz, I'm seeing you wearing some troublemaker merch. I don't know, is there a place where perhaps regular people can also get it, or is it one of those things that you have to be part of the Troublemakers Gym team to actually get it?
So we started it out with a team, but there's been a huge amount of interest with the Troublemaker merch. So we will be releasing very shortly, and you can follow me on my Instagram, Troublemaker Faeez Jacobs, Troublemaker underscore Faeez Jacobs. And if you Facebook inclined, Troublemaker Faeez Jacobs. If you TikTok inclined, Troublemaker Faeez Jacobs. Um, and I'll be releasing merch very soon, very shortly. I'm trying to make it extra special for you guys. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. It's so epic. I mean, look at that logo. That is
Mm.
insane. That's insane. I get asked everywhere. If I'm walking into the local shop, like, what is that? Is that Transformers? What is that? I'm like, no, no, no. This is Troublemakers.
I saw someone actually, I heard someone actually likening your logo to, Floyd Mayweather's logo, the Money Team, and I was like, oh, okay, but there you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't agree. I don't. I seen it. I seen the money team logo. There's two T's in it also. This
Mm,
only has one T, so it goes from the T to the M that connects to the last T. Not
mm.
bad, not bad, but I think this one is still cooler.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. But guys, do be sure to follow the troublemaker Faeez Jacobs. We're gonna have his social media linked down below, and follow his journey everywhere, and definitely be around when the EFC journey, the Faeez Jacobs chapter, releases. I'll also perhaps let you guys know what's happening on that front. But yeah, thank you so much, Faeez, for joining. I really, really appreciate you. I know you're a very busy man. I know you are. So thank you.
Thank you for taking out the time, Gigi. It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure to have this
Yeah.
conversation. I know we've been rescheduling and rescheduling, and here we are. We finally got to it. So I'm happy we've had this conversation, and thank you guys for tuning in.
Thank you.